Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
Against Manchester United.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. And that gets things running.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you could expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Knocks it out wide. Played in by Roberto Carlos. And he's cut it out. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. And it's Sneijder. Dani Olmo can see things others simply cannot.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Messi. Van Dijk. That's really well manoeuvred. Griezmann. That pass just didn't quite work. Ambitious ball here. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And that is a little undercooked. Not the most accurate pass. Dani Olmo, and he cuts out the supply. Messi carries the ball down the right. And he lines up a cross. Goal! Manchester United! Manchester United take the lead. Manchester United have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus, as the opposition will inevitably react.
Dani Olmo shapes to shoot! Messi. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Bout of passing here, really. It's Griezmann! Oh, that was no routine save.
Griezmann really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Pirlo makes the... And that'll be the final action of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Manchester United, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up. And we are back underway.
Manchester United definitely want to carry on in a similar manner, although I would exercise some caution, Peter. You wouldn't want to leave yourself open in the early minutes trying to kill this off.
Rashford, he's found a way through. He's had a shot! It's in! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Manchester United are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Tries a shot! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. And we have our very first corner. Up he goes! Cleared without complication. 60 minutes played. Milan have the chance to go the other way. Defending was strong and firm. Looking tidy in possession here. Passes short and sharp. Rashford, well seen, saw that coming. Griezmann. He has a look up. Can he finish? A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
And he's intervened well there. Now it's Schneider. Griezmann. Just about up to 75 minutes. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Played out wide. Messi. That's tidy. Ball driven towards the far post. Xavi. Dani Olmo. Aimed beyond the defence. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Zanetti. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Done delicately. Oh, that's clever. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And this is Bergkamp. And that's that. Manchester United can reflect on a job really well done. Superior. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now.
United against Germany.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. But as you can see, we've already started here. Oliver Kahn, a huge man with a huge presence and a big voice in the game.
And big in intensity too, such a fierce competitor. Put a foot wrong and he'll be sure to let you know about it.
Well, he just commands respect, doesn't he? Respect off everyone, teammate and opponent alike.
Yeah, and he'll be setting the highest of standards out there, and he expects them to be met. No rest for that defence.
Little pass back.
Not a lot more he could do there.
Played into space out wide. Pass somewhat off target. Rashford running with the ball. Schneider. And here's Batistuta. Manchester United so far providing... Batistuta! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Xavi Alonso. Germany looking to pass their way through. Oh, cracking ball. It's Neymar! Another special Neymar moment! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And Germany are in front.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Germany have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Batistuta! He has hit that forcefully.
Well, we always have to give a reason for it, Peter, but did he hit that too well?
And it's Messi. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. There's the shot! It's in! And once more we are all square. You score, we score!
Yeah, since going a goal down, they've dug in to produce a really fine spell, which for me deserved that equaliser.
Oh, delicious! Such devilish curl!
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Knocks it out wide. Rashford gets into a good position. Schneider, shot could be a real chance!
There will be 1 minute added time.
Bergkamp. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
That's a really interesting game, and they head in at half-time. Goes for a shot! Oh, he's been caught napping. In again, this time surely! There it is!
Boom! There we go, and it couldn't be much better. He was born for the glory he's just managed. The apple on top of the tree.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Manchester United get themselves into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Great vision. Oh, she's having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Now it's Owen. Now it's Bergkamp. And he's had it nicked away.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
It's a promising position. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Kaka. Neymar looking understandably energised after his goal. Now it's Kaka, and it's been played through.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's Schneider. Voigt makes the interception. He shapes to shoot! They've got to be quick to recover this. Roberto Carlos. Takes a shot! Goal! There is a man right at the top of his game, and he just knows it.
After 78
That was easy, almost too easy.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
Substitution for Manchester United.
Clinical, just
17.
clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Coming on the
This is
field
such a dominant performance.
number
The defence
21,
are sick of the sight of him, but he doesn't look finished just yet.
And that's it. So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here.
It's rare for me to look at a fullback as a potential match winner, Peter, but with Roberto Carlos, I can make an exception.
He's not a defender at all, is he? He's a winger more than that.
Exactly, the Brazilian Express, up and down the line all the time, and a taker of audacious free kicks.
Manchester United have the chance to go the other way. He's going to be disappointed with that. And the pass is intercepted. And here's Rashford. No way through. And it's Olmo. Now it's Batistuta. That's been slipped through. Now it's Perez. Played into space. Dani Olmo. Aimed beyond the defence.
Well, it seems as if the message has been issued by both managers: don't concede the opener.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
McAllister is always looking to break lines. Messi. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Schneider! Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
He'll fancy himself from here. Messi! And the ball's come loose here. Now the cross. Beckenbauer tries to clear. Messi.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
That is good alertness. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Chance! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
And here's Messi. And it's Schneider. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. And the counter is on. And this is Messi. Oh, what a mistake! Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I don't think we need the stats to be on the screen to tell us about the pass completion rate, which has been obviously a letdown in this first half. All too often we've seen players left frustrated because of poor decision-making and just a general sloppiness, so I'm sure the boss will be getting stuck into his players to improve and improve quickly.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Manchester United have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Not the most accurate pass.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose. And a chance! Shot could be on, and another try! Oh, the ball's run loose here. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Batistuta. McAllister.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase, and of course those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Now it's Messi. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Nicely weighted ball. And it's Olmo. Knocks it into space.
Manchester United really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
And no, that was never going to make it. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Roberto Carlos picks it up out wide. Perez is there and he can get that clear. Rashford.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
And time is up. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So off we go then. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, I really like this lad, Jules Koundé, a lot. He isn't the biggest, but he's known for having a big character that makes up for that. He's brilliant in boxes and he can outmuscle opponents that are much bigger than him. You add a little bit of pace to that and he's a formidable presence at the back.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Neymar tries looking up for options on the left. And it's Batistuta. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he thumps it clear. And it's Batistuta. Neymar. Pedri. That's a cute ball. Beckenbauer deals with that comfortably.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Batistuta. And that's been intercepted. Rijkaard is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Manchester United still without a single shot on target. Batistuta. He has a look up, and a shot! Defending of the desperate variety. And it's Azar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Looking for a runner. Pedri. Madrid looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Beckenbauer defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And he's intervened well there. Now it's Hazard. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. And that's going to be a booking. And it's half-time here. So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying. So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Of anybody who has found themselves a little lost today, please look at the screen for information on how to find your way around this
And
stadium.
we're off again.
Substitutions taking place.
Both sides defensively robust up to now. Well, that looks a foul. Yep, referee's given it. Schneider is eyeing up his options in the middle.
Yeah, plenty of jostling in that box, they just need a good delivery.
Decent hit from there. He's a sharp little ball here. Can he finish? Goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
That's a foul, no two ways about it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious. Roberto Carlos. Schneider. And it's Neymar. And he's got the beating of his man. Big chance! One goes for a shot! It's a goal! And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
Substitution on the field. Number 24.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Nicely aimed pass. He is through here. Oh, shooting chance! A real chance and a real let-off.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against him. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. And he is going into that little black book.
Well, not the best way to deal with it, but the old threat of pace clearly made him feel a tad uncomfortable.
Ruben Neves with a real chance here. And this the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between them. Neymar! It's run loose, who's going to get there? Manchester United do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Van Bouten wins the duel this time. Kukçu does really well to win the ball there. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He's come in hard. And he shoots!
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Nicely worked. He has found the way through. Oh. And batted! No mistake! Oh, I think it's been called offside. Yes, it has.
Substitution in
The light
progress.
very short-lived. The referee's assistant did have his flag up. It might have been close, but it was correct.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Manchester United have now used up all but one of their substitution windows. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
Manchester United really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Nicely shaped ball. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Griezmann. And that interception was most necessary.
That was
Added
well
minutes
played,
has been
well
indicated.
stopped.
Played into space. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Now it's Griezmann. Tchouaméni. And Neymar.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Great chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. And that is the last effort of the game. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Barcelona against Manchester United.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Well, one of the attacking advantages in this setup, Peter, is the impact that can be made between fullbacks and the attacking wide players. These combinations, when worked well, can be a real handful for any opposition, and we're likely to witness that again. You often see the wide man drift inside to allow the fullback to make the run out wide, and it can just throw the opposition off kilter.
Now it's Batistuta. Pinches it off him. Threads one in. Dani Olmo. Oh, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, what has happened here? Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Manchester United with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Rijkaard with the clearance. Played back. That's really well cleared. That's a sharp pass. Messi.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That ball looks a good one. He has found the way through.
That's good play from him.
Goes for a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Manchester United yet to have an attempt on goal. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Cruyff. He's in a great position. He's tried one! Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Messi, a true great in every sense of the word. Now it's Batistuta. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Olmo. Knocks it into space. Rui Costa providing an outlet on that flank. It's a pretty loose pass. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Now it's Sneijder. It's a really well-measured ball. He's in plenty of space here. He is through here. Oh, smashing header! It's a loose ball. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Rashford. Oh, it's played into the area. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Corner number 2 then. Manchester United given another corner. And this could be the final action of the first half. And that should get the job done. And there's the end of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Manchester United really have looked a bit disjointed to me. Their passing has let them down in key moments, but that's also due for the need of better movement to create more options in the danger areas, something the manager, I think, has to stress to them now.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period. Messi! It's hit the upright. Danger averted for now. That's a promising run he's making on the right. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Messi. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. Roberto Carlos. Rijkaard. That's really well manoeuvred. Alexander-Arnold spots it and intercepts. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Roberto Carlos. Rashford.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Beckenbauer. That's an imaginative pass. Now that's well seen too. Rummenigge.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Olmo. Bout of passing here. Shoots! Oh, glorious batting goal! A finish of true class!
Manchester United.
Finally the breakthrough!
What a time to take the lead, but now comes the dilemma of whether you want to hold on or go for it again and try and extend your advantage. That's always been the harder option, in my experience.
A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. So the first moment of real significance.
Well, it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
McAllister. This looks promising. Barcelona needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Indicated.
Bellingham. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time.
Oh, really well played.
He's found a way through. Hazard with he rises. It's in. And surely now the result beyond doubt. And we're done. Manchester United are enjoying their moment of collective uplift. A win achieved with efficiency. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie.
everybody,
The
and
fans have
welcome
pulled
to
out all the
today's
stops
match.
to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Manchester United.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So we're up and running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Tchouaméni. The Frenchman being...
That's rather hopeful! Beckenbauer, that's an imaginative pass. Adams kept his eye on it, and he's there. Dani Olmo, Batistuta, picked out brilliantly, and the shot! He's scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
Barcelona are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Searching pass he's played there. It's not an especially good pass, that. And here's Batistuta. Rummenigge has an approach to the game which is pretty much shoot on sight. And it's Messi. Played into space out wide. Messi turns and goes back. Manchester United are enjoying a good spell right now and leading. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Rijkaard. Dani Olmo. Oh, the ball's gone astray.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Done delicately. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Driving on and making good progress. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Cole. Now, can they get him away? Chips it through. Manchester United are one up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Messi is wide and looking to get onto this. Dani Olmo. Oh, that's fabulous. Dani Olmo! Now he's got space here. Van Dijk kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Messi. He is through here. Messi! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And that really is so impressive.
There will be one
Yeah, and
minute
having
at
the
a
thrust
time.
to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
So that's 2 now without... And there is the half-time whistle. Some first-half thoughts?
Manchester United really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same
And
level
now
of
I'd just
intensity
like to
from his
read out
team.
our fan
So
club
I'd expect to
members who are
see the
celebrating
same
their
positive
birthdays
intent
today.
after the break, the same purpose again.
Manchester United sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. And we're underway again. That's a cute ball. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Rijkaard. Rashford. Manchester United looking to pass their way through. Donadoni. And they win it back again. And it's Messi. Threads one in. Drilled in low. Donadoni. Rummenigge receives it in a good position here. Pass somewhat off target. Manchester United are 2 up early in the second half.
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed.
Back towards the middle. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Dani Olmo, and he's had a hit!
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 23, Donadoni. Number 11,
He's got
Andy
plenty of
Cole.
space out wide here.
Coming on the field,
And it's
number
safely in
24,
the keeper's hands.
Alvarez. Number 9, Suarez.
Substitutions taking place.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Tries to play it through. It's a searching pass. No, he's just misjudged that one. Nicely weighted ball. He's in a great position here. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Park Ji-sung did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Luis Suarez. So that's it. It is all over. Manchester United are chirpy, cheerful and contented. It was a comprehensive display throughout, and their tactician-in-chief can draw...